It was January 1935, in Kansas City, Missouri. A cold winter night covered the streets in silence as a man quietly walked into a historic hotel. He looked ordinary, but something about him felt off. There was fear in his eyes, like he was hiding from someone or something. He stepped up to the front desk and signed the register with a name, Roland T. Owen. No luggage except a small bag. No identification, no past, just a name that didn't exist. The receptionist would later say there was something strange about him, like he didn't want to be noticed, but couldn't hide his fear. He was given room 1046, and that's where the mystery begins. A few hours later, a housekeeper entered the room. What she saw was unsettling. The room was almost completely dark, with only a small lamp glowing in the corner. Roland was sitting on the bed, fully dressed, silent, motionless. She asked if he needed anything. He replied softly, "No, just leave the door unlocked. I'm expecting someone." His voice was tense, almost like he was waiting for something bad to happen. Later that evening, a guest staying nearby reported something disturbing. He said there was shouting, like an argument, coming from that room. Loud voices, anger, fear. Hotel staff rushed to check. They knocked on the door. No answer. The door was locked from the inside. And then suddenly, silence. At around 11 p.m., the hotel operator received a call from room 1046. A man's voice said, "I'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't let anyone in." But here's the strange part. The voice didn't sound like Roland. The next morning, the housekeeper returned. She knocked on the door. No response. The door was slightly open. As she slowly stepped inside, she froze. And then she screamed. Roland was lying on the floor, badly injured, barely breathing. The room was in complete chaos. Furniture moved, things scattered everywhere, but there was no weapon, no forced entry, no sign of anyone else. He was rushed to the hospital, fighting for his life. A police officer leaned in and asked softly, "What happened?" Roland struggled to speak, and then he whispered, "Someone came in and beat me," but he never said who. A few hours later, he died, and with him, every answer. But the real mystery was just beginning. Police tried to identify him. They searched records, checked fingerprints, looked for any trace of his past, but there was nothing. No record of Roland T. Owen. The name was fake. It got even stranger. The labels on his clothes had been removed. No personal belongings, nothing that could tell who he really was. It was as if he never existed.